Welcome to House Lux Estate, where we bring you intriguing and enlightening content. Today, we're delving into a topic that touches the lives of many, yet remains shrouded in mystery to some: labor unions. Whether you're part of one or not, understanding the role and impact of these organizations is crucial. They shape our workplaces, influence our paychecks, and can even sway the course of politics. So buckle up as we unpack the complexities and reveal 10 things you didn't know about labor unions. Get ready to explore. Dive into the very beginning, the origins of labor unions. Now, let's take a step back in time to the Industrial Revolution, around the late 18th and early 19th centuries. This was a period of rapid industrial growth and societal change. However, it was also a time of long working hours, low wages, and unsafe working conditions. Workers, who were now facing a new kind of hardship, sought to protect their interests and well-being. They began to band together, forming the earliest versions of what we now know as labor unions. These groups served as a collective voice for workers, advocating for higher wages, shorter working hours, and improved working conditions. But it wasn't an easy journey. Early labor unions faced opposition and were often suppressed. Yet they persisted, gaining legal recognition and growing in strength over time. Their struggle and resilience laid the foundation for the labor unions we see today. So that's how labor unions came to be. Ever wonder about the impact of unions on wages? It's a fascinating topic. Unions are often the key drivers of wage increases. Through collective bargaining, unions negotiate with employers on behalf of their members, advocating for better pay and benefits. This process levels the playing field between employers and employees. It allows for a negotiation that takes into account the interests of both parties. When unions are strong, they can secure higher wages for their members, contributing to a more equitable distribution of a company's profits. Moreover, the ripple effect of these negotiations can extend beyond unionized workers. When unions successfully negotiate higher wages, it can put pressure on non-union workplaces to increase their own wages to compete for skilled labor. So the next time you see a headline about a union negotiation, remember that it's about more than just the people in that particular union. It's about the broader economy and the balance of power between employers and workers. Clearly, unions play a substantial role in wage determination. Next up, how unions have improved working conditions. You see, labor unions have played a pivotal role in driving better working conditions. They've been a beacon of hope for workers, advocating for their rights and ensuring their voices are heard. Unions have pushed for safer work environments, reducing the number of workplace injuries, and in some cases, even saving lives. They've fought for reasonable working hours, ensuring that the workforce isn't overworked and has adequate time for rest and recreation. And let's not forget about the fight against child labor. Unions have been at the forefront, championing the cause and ensuring that children aren't exploited, but instead are given opportunities for education and growth. Unions have also been instrumental in advocating for fair treatment of employees, pushing back against discriminatory practices and promoting equality in the workplace. In essence, labor unions have been the guardians of worker rights, striving to create a balanced, fair, and safe working environment. Unions have indeed been instrumental in enhancing working conditions. Unions and politics, a fascinating liaison. Labor unions have always been deeply intertwined with politics. They advocate for policies that protect workers' rights and promote social justice. Unions have not just been bystanders, but active players in the political arena, influencing legislation and policy on local, national, and international levels. For instance, in the United States, the labor movement played a key role in the enactment of the Fair Labor Standards Act, which established minimum wage, overtime pay, and child labor standards. Likewise, in the United Kingdom, unions were instrumental in shaping the National Health Service and the welfare state. Unions also wield their influence during elections, endorsing candidates who support workers' rights and labor laws. They organize campaigns, mobilize their members, and use their collective voice to create change. Labor unions have undeniably become a political force to be reckoned with, shaping politics and society in profound ways. Unions have sure made their mark in the political arena. Job security, a crucial aspect influenced by unions. Let's dive into the world of job security, an area where labor unions have made a significant impact. Unions are like the superheroes of the workplace, standing between workers and potential job instability. They advocate for fair treatment, deterring employers from arbitrary dismissals. Unions negotiate collective bargaining agreements, which are essentially contracts between the workers and their employer. These agreements outline conditions of employment, including job security provisions. They often include clauses that protect workers from being fired without just cause, ensuring that employees can't be let go on a whim. Furthermore, in times of layoffs, these agreements typically include last in, first out rules. This means that the most recent hires are the first to be laid off, protecting those with more years of service. Remember the superhero analogy? Well, unions also have the power to challenge dismissals they deem unjust, providing an additional layer of job security. With unions, job security takes on a whole new dimension. Unions aren't confined to one location, they have a global reach. Just as waves ripple across a pond, the influence of labor unions extends far beyond their country of origin. Unions have become a global force, advocating for workers' rights not just locally, but also internationally. In the heart of Europe, unions have played a pivotal role in shaping working conditions, wage standards, and employment policies. Across the Atlantic, in North and South America, unions have been instrumental in ensuring fair wages and safe working environments. Down under in Australia, they have championed for equal pay and job security. In Africa and Asia, unions are at the forefront of fighting for workers' rights amidst rapid industrial growth. These unions often collaborate, sharing resources, strategies, and goals. They strive for a global standard of workers' rights, ensuring that no matter where you work, your rights are protected. The reach of unions is indeed far and wide. Equality is more than a buzzword for unions. It's the lifeblood that courses through their veins, the foundation upon which they stand. Labor unions have always been at the forefront of promoting equality in the workplace, striving to break down barriers and level the playing field for all. Unions bat for equal pay, ensuring that workers are rewarded fairly for their labor, irrespective of their gender, race, or creed. They fight against discriminatory practices, standing up for the rights of marginalized groups and making sure their voices are heard loud and clear. Moreover, unions rally for equal opportunities, promoting diversity and inclusion in all facets of employment. They advocate for fair hiring practices, pushing employers to look beyond biases and stereotypes, and recognize the value and potential in every individual. Through collective bargaining, unions negotiate for equal benefits, securing fair treatment and respect for all workers. It's a constant battle, but one that unions are committed to fighting. After all, unions are pivotal in championing for equality. Unions also play a role in professional development. That's right, it's not all about wages and working conditions. Labor unions often facilitate training and development opportunities for their members. Consider this, the rapidly changing job market demands new skills and competencies. And here's where unions step in. By negotiating with employers, unions can secure commitments for ongoing training and skill development. This could be anything from safety training for construction workers to coding classes for those in the tech industry. Unions sometimes even establish their own training initiatives. These programs provide union members with the necessary tools to adapt to changing industry standards, ensuring their relevance and competitiveness in the job market. Moreover, access to such training can open up new career paths for workers, allowing them to advance and flourish within their respective fields. So, it's clear that unions do more than just fight for better pay and safer workplaces. They also help workers to grow professionally. Unions indeed contribute to career growth. Lastly, let's delve into the future of labor unions. As we navigate the ever-evolving landscape of the global economy, it's clear that unions will continue to play a critical role. However, they'll face new challenges and dynamics. Automation and artificial intelligence, for example, are reshaping the job market. This raises questions about how unions will adapt to protect workers in increasingly automated industries. At the same time, the gig economy is expanding, leading to a rise in contract work and freelancing. This brings up the issue of how unions can effectively represent these workers, who often don't have the same job security as traditional employees. Additionally, globalization will continue to impact unions. As companies operate across borders, unions will need to devise strategies for advocating for workers on a global scale. Despite these challenges, unions have a history of resilience and adaptation. So, while the path ahead may be complex, it's also filled with potential for innovation and growth. The future of unions is definitely something to watch. So, there you have it. We've journeyed through the fascinating world of labor unions, from their origins to their impact on wages and working conditions. We've delved into their political influence, their role in job security, and their global reach. We've also highlighted their contributions to equality and training opportunities, and glimpsed into the future of unions. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Remember to subscribe to House Lux Estate for more enlightening content. Thank you for watching.